Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Game Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, I am in my final stages of preparing for Rising Phoenix Game Convention. And as you can see, I threw up a little photograph there, and actually that doesn't even include the full packing list of the game materials. I forgot to add the two dice trays behind me to that. But as I was getting all of the various box sets and just the 5 games that I am running, I realized I was like, oh, I'm either going to have to bring a bigger suitcase or 2 suitcases, which I'm probably leaning towards 2 small suitcases, one just for games and the other one for my clothes and other toiletries and such. So yeah, it's going to be one heck of a convention, and I'm going to go into my itinerary, and it's a tentative itinerary. We'll see how things roll out, of course. But looking at the screen here, excuse me, I have let's see if I can remember them in order. I probably won't. But I have Blade Runner up here, so Blade Runner RPG, and I'm running the first case file. I just received the second case file in, from Amazon recently, so last week sometime. So that I will be running most likely at ShireCon. That'll be the next time that I'm running that game, or if not there, I'm running 3 games at Philadelphia Game Expo. And so, not remembering my schedule right now, that might be one of the games that I'm also running. So, but then right next to that is Shadow Dark, and I'm running Shadow Dark. I'm running The Slumbering City by Tom Wilson, and interviewed him recently on the channel. And this was a Kickstarter of his that I certainly backed, and now I have the adventure, and it's a Shadow Dark adventure, so I will be running Shadow Dark at the convention for the first time. So really looking forward to that. Then I have Conan 2D20, running my own adventure that I had written for it, going back to like 2017. So this is probably one of the last times that I will be running the Conan 2D20 system. So it'll be retiring to my bookshelf, and it'll probably be quite some time before I run this again. This will be the 3rd or 4th time that I'm running this particular adventure. Now, below that, you'll see that I have Gangbusters, and I have my Gangbusters, my box set, but primarily I am going to be running an adventure again that I've written myself. And that is on TTRPG. So there's a link in my, in the description of every video of my TTRPG, and you can go in there and you will see the adventure that I'm running. It's Whiskey Creek Runs Red. It is an adventure, set in 1923 NYPD, and Gangbusters BX system from Mark Hunt, and it's a game that or an adventure that I have run multiple times, probably about 6 times. I'm planning on running this at ShireCon as well, and then probably just one more time at Philadelphia Con. So it's one of my own game adventures that I've written, and that will be out there as well. And then finally, to wrap things up, I have Weird Frontiers right next to that. That by far has the most stuff with it. So I have my 2 decks of cards. I forgot my coin peg too, so I will have the coins that needs to be on there as well. I actually quite forgot several things that are going to be in there. Definitely need a second suitcase for that. So yeah, so once I get all of that all set and ready to go, the next videos that you'll see me doing about Rising Phoenix will be, my trip on the way there. And then once I arrive, and I'll show you around the site on that first opening night, uh, and then uh, and then we'll go into I don't know if I'll be doing daily wrap ups because my nights are going to end fairly late, but I will have time probably in the mornings or certainly in the afternoons to kind of give you how the events and everything are going. Speaking of that, let's get to my itinerary. So here we have my itinerary. So Thursday night, I expect to arrive around 3 p.m. Actually, I'm shooting for a little bit earlier than that, because I like to get into a room as quickly as I can. Um, and if you get there, I know normally check-in is at 3 p.m., but sometimes you get lucky and you get there a little bit earlier. And that'll give me time to grab lunch and then see who's also hanging around. So that'll be really cool. Then 4 to 5:15, I'll be getting the lay of the land. I'm going to walk around the entire area, see what's going on. From 5:20 to 6, I will be having dinner. At 6:30, 6 to 6:30, go to the room, make my material, get my materials for the first game, which will be Conan 2D20, as you can see here. And so that is Thursday night at 7 p.m. I will be running. It's roughly 4 hours long, and six players at the table, and that is Shards of Ymir. That is like I said, an adventure that I have written myself. Then from like 10:30 till until I go to bed, I'll be doing a wrap up of the first day. Maybe I'll do a quick live stream just to let you know how that went. Friday morning on the 19th is 6 a.m. to 6:30. Wake up and prepare for the day. 6:45 to 7:45. I have breakfast plus network and talk and chat with people that are already there. Then I will be running Gangbusters BX from 8 to 11:30. So this is Whiskey Creek Runs Red, and have a full table of 5 players. Really looking forward to it. And then from 11:45 to 12:45 is lunch, plus get game material for the next session. Then at 1 o'clock to 4:30 p.m., I will be running Shadow Dark. So the Slumbering City, Shadow Dark. So again, 5 players. Always have room for more if anyone wants to join. I'm fairly certain I have more than 5 pre-gens for that. Actually, there's 6 pre-gens. So if anyone happens to be there and you're wide open at that time slot, I do have an extra pre-generated character for you to join in on that if you wish to. Then from 4:45 to 6:45, dinner, shop around, return to room to drop off materials. Then my first play session. All right, so as a player, I will be playing an alien RPG. Leaves all else to the gods, and this is a 4-hour session, so it's going to run from 7 to 11. I always kind of assume that they'll wrap up, about a half hour short. Sometimes they stretch a little bit over as well. So, like I said, this is a very tentative list. 10:30 wrap up of day 2 convention. Maybe I'll do a quick live stream at that time. Saturday morning, my morning routine is always the same. Saturday morning, I'll be running Weird Frontiers at DCC, the Horror from the Mound, which is an adventure that I have that I wrote myself, and that is certainly inspired by Robert E. Howard's story of the same name. So full table, 5 players, and that's a pretty brutal game. So there's always room for a 6th player if you wish to join. and then 11:45 to 12:45 lunch and get materials for the next game. And then I will be running Blade Runner from 1 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. And that's about how long this seemed to take. There is no character generation, and it should go fairly smoothly. If it has to go all the way to 5, that's fine. Dinner, shop around, return to room to drop off materials. 7 p.m. All right. 7 p.m. is the Silk Road. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, allergies. Sorry about that. So 7 p.m. is the Silk Road. I have no connection whatsoever to this game. I've never heard of it before, never played it. So I'm really excited about it. And that's going to run from basically 7 to 11. And then wrap up day 3 of the convention. Sunday morning, I am, regular morning setup. I will load my car up for getting ready to depart, and then I am playing in a Shadow Dark game. All right, and this will be my last event, and it's supposed to run about 4 hours, so maybe 8 to 12, and then around 11:30 to 12:15 or so, I'm going to say my goodbyes to everybody. Any last-minute purchases I might, make before I walk out the door, and I'm hoping to walk out the door somewhere around 12:30 to 12:45 at the latest, and that will mean that I will get home around 4 p.m. So it's about a 3-hour drive to get there, and it's a full schedule. So it amounts to roughly 32 hours of gameplay over 3.5, or 3 full days. I cut off the Thursday. The Thursday on the 18th is just a half session. That's just an evening session. And then Sunday, I'm usually wiped out. And the only reason why I'm staying for a game at all on Sunday is that'll be my chance to play Shadow Dark for the first time as a player. So really excited to do that as well. So there you have it. And yeah, as I was talking here, there's a lot more I have to add to that table and get ready to pack up. So, like I said, I forgot my dice trays, and there's at least 1 other or 2 other items that I have to add on to that table as well. So, hey, if you're going to the convention, I will be there. Be on the lookout for me, and really looking forward to meeting you in person. Maybe we're playing at some of the same tables. That'll be really awesome. If any of my, any of the players, because I recognize some of the players at my table. For the 5 games that I'm running, I know at least 2 players are in like 3 of my games, but I recognize them from previous conventions, both here at Rising Phoenix as well as ShireCon and elsewhere. So really excited to see you all again, and just enjoy your weekend. If you're going to conventions, now that we're starting to enter the convention season and everything, enjoy your conventions, and hopefully we run cross paths over these next couple of months, at these conventions. Really looking forward to it. You'll have a great day. Take care.